Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. Last time we continued delving through some old abandoned section of the Grim Forge and found somebody who had a lot of incredibly explosive smoke powder. The map says that there is a smoke powder reserve here, but I'm wondering if it might be directly beneath us somewhere rather than where we are now standing. But in any case, I can't find anything more here. So I think it's probably time for a long rest and then to head deeper into the Grim Forge. Because we've kind of exhausted what is on this side over here and that side over there. We need to go deeper.
Very well.
But we are nearly out of spell slots. We have spent lots of our resources doing many interesting fights, I will not deny. But I'd love to be at top strength before delving onto whatever piece of combat is going to be next. So we're going to hop on over here, cross this bridge,
Another step forward.
and then down this ledge here. We can actually walk down this piece rather than jumping. And then jump over there. That gets us back to the main thoroughfare.
Need to find a way forward.
And then back here at the start of the Grim Forge, there is a rune circle that will allow us to take a nice long rest. Don't know where we're going to be resting today. Have not long rested since we got here. But there we are. So we'll go up here, click the go to camp and end of the day button. Yes, I do wish to go. Right, Gale wishes to have a word. There is lava just pooling around us. It's an interesting spot.
How farther can I go? Light on my feet.
There's the withers, the one that can bring us back if we die. Otherwise, I'm going to assume most of this place is just empty and abandoned. They just add a lot of this 3D space for character.
Swift as my feet
And
carry me.
great 3D effects. Like, if I wanted to. No, it's not going to let me just jump into the lava, which is probably for the best. Right, let's go see what Gale has going on. Maybe he is starting to get hungry.
At the ready.
If you know, you know.
Ah, there you are. How did you enjoy my deer stew this evening? It's an old family recipe.
It was delicious.
Good. I tend to season it with spices from Karatur, but given what's available to us, good old rosemary had to see us through. Not that I mean to regale you with my culinary exploits. There's actually something quite different I'd like to discuss.
By all means.
We've been traveling together for a while now, and during those travels, I've been observing you. I want you to know that I like what I see. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you got Korga to release the girl. The way we got that boy out of a harpy's clutches. In short, I've grown to trust you.
That's very gratifying to hear.
Now I need you to place your trust in me. Our journey together is bound to last a while still. As such, I feel compelled to speak. I say this because there's something I desperately need. But while I'll tell you what that something is, I won't tell you why. I have to ask you to agree to this before carrying on this conversation.
Fine, you've trusted me up to this point. I can trust you. Lae'zel is being very suspicious over in the background.
Thank you. I see I did well to trust you. Now, to the matter at hand. You see, I have a condition. A condition different from the tadpole, but just as deadly. The only way to appease said condition is for me to take powerful magical artifacts and absorb the weave inside. been days since I last consumed an artifact before we were abducted. It is time. And by that, I mean it's imperative that I find and consume powerful strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture.
What happens if you don't consume them?
Catastrophe.
Tell me
That's
more.
part of the why you agreed not to discuss. Wouldn't want to make an oathbreaker out of you.
And where are we supposed to find these?
You've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. That one right there.
Okay. Staff of Crones, Necromancy of Thay, Shadow of Menebrazanan, Amulet of Saloon's Chosen. We can give up the Staff of Crones quite happily. The Staff of Crones lets you cast Ray of Sickness as much as you want, but sometimes it will cause you to just die when you cast it, I think.
Thank you.
I wish it would give you a full inventory of everything that you found, so you can be more picky.
I can feel the storm abating. Yes, this will keep my condition in check. For a precious while.
How long?
It's hard to predict the effect any given artifact has. But my condition is hardly a patient one. Rather soon I will feel it stir again. Like a distant thunder sending tremors through the soul. I will need to consume another artifact before the lightning strikes. There's no choice but to find more. As luck would have it, Faerun is full of them, though I do feel obliged to point out that items of power tend to be in the hands of the powerful. There'll be danger involved. All great cost.
Danger? That's my middle name.
Good. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I know the allure these artifacts hold. I understand their value and their power. All this to say, I understand the sacrifice I ask of you. I hope I can count on you.
Alright, Gale is one happy chap.
And through. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Traveler's Chest is the one that if you use the send to inventory function when you right click stuff, I believe. Which I don't do because in D&D 5th edition you don't get such luxuries. And otherwise for now I think a nice sleep. One camp supplies will do it. I wonder if anything will go bump in the night. Astarion the elf, of course, meditating rather than sleeping. And we have been returned from whence we left. Now, before we continue, we do have a moment
Quite ready for you.
that we can now change our prepared spells after a long rest. So, I think I'm going to drop Witch Bolt. We're not really using it. And pick up Featherfall for this situation. Otherwise I think those are fine. And over on Shadowheart's side of things, I'm fairly happy, although Create or Destroy Water may be useful in a forge where everything is quite so on fire. Right, we get lesser restoration once out of a item, so we'll do it that way. Then the others don't get to prepare spells, they just have spells that they have learnt and committed to memory. Right, so with that done, we can just kind of walk to the main body of the back of the forge here. Now, we have conversed with some of these folks. They didn't have a terrible lot to say. These four seem to be the ones we want to save. And behind the wall they're picking is True Soul near. Oh, someone is trapped in a mine. I bet they're having a great time of that, aren't they?
You better hope.
Sorry for the jump cut. We want to free these folks. I wonder if we could negotiate their release and use the explosives we just received to blow this up. Let's speak to Mindmaster Dunnell and see what's occurring. As ever, before we jump into a conversation, I'm going to guidance our most charismatic member. They're going to be the voice of the party.
Faster, shitheads!
The slowest of you lot is getting tossed to a...
Bugger off! You're distracting the slaves. They run, you're dead.
Okay. He does not want to chat.
Things can always get...
Faster! Heat up some rocks! Let's see how the little pricks do when we strap fire to their legs.
Dancing beard.
Charming. Hell is truly where we make it.
Move, Hoon! I don't have time for Drugnan outsiders.
Oh, apparently we were told to report here.
Dead. Drugnan Geck. Figured I could count on him. Lesson damn well learned. Now move! I've got no time for...
The parasite stirs, but it's a mere tickle. You hear no thoughts or memories. Just an echo of scars that never healed.
A true soul, eh? Useless Rakov, look, could have told me. Glad you're here to take responsibility. Tunnels collapsed. Trapped true soul near. He's stuck in there with poisoned geezers. We don't get him out soon. It's both our heads.
No need for that. Near's is the only head that matters to us.
And how did they get trapped?
Place is older than bone dust. Previous tenants left a trap. Dropped a shit ton of metal once we dug a ways in. Get near out, and you'll have the Absolute's blessing. No doubting that.
I want to negotiate the freedom of the slaves.
Thought you would. True souls don't abandon their own.
Alright, let's see if any of these we can speak to. Haven't we seen Brachus Root before? Wasn't he the one from the surface?
Ah, it's you. The mascot of my ill fortunes.
Yeah.
Much as I'd love to chat, I'm not allowed social breaks.
Looks like you're in need of rescuing again.
These brutes are no mere goblins. I doubt you could take them on.
That sounds like a challenge. I'll take care of your captors and I'll get you out of here.
You will. If you are successful, that would be most convenient.
It's not going to roll initiative, is it? No. Okay. Gale dancing around. If we started a fight here, it's going to be at least 6 of them. It's not going to be an easy fight. What if we interact with the stones?
The slowest of you lot is getting...
As you near the rubble, a fragmented voice clutches at your mind.
True soul. True soul. Finally. You must clear rubble. Spilling poison.
Are you near? What happened?
Expedition. Passage trapped. Gnomes useless. Don't trust birds. Get me out.
The view through Nir's eyes is a blur. You only make out a bit of rubble and few moving figures.
Try to focus. I don't think we need advantage for this. Good stuff.
The blur resolves into an image. 2 gnomes feverishly removing debris, while 2 others lie dead at Nir's feet, their flesh scorched by powerful magic. You sense Nir's frustration tinged with rage as the connection fades.
Choking! Dig out of here!
If we can trade, that's going to be so dumb. Alright, clearly this needs to be fixed. Buy a +1 dagger, potion of healing, some jewellery. Right,
Very well.
let's speak to Thrin again about using this explosive.
Yes, true soul.
Or we could use the explosive. How big is 6 meters? Like, would 6 meters get these guys?
On my way.
Because I've got everything set to feet, because that's how I play tabletop. But this is in meters, which is a bit of a pain. We could almost certainly take out at least 2. Then there's those 2 back there as well that might get dragged into the fight, and I just don't want to have a fight that I can't win if I don't have to, basically. And then there's all this stuff behind, and there's all that stuff like down there, and all this other stuff in the dungeon, and I don't want to be made dead out here. So let's not start the fight. See if we can use the explosives that we gathered as our tail flails around.
Yes, true soul.
What's the orb doing?
Scrying eye. Nir says the moonrise scryers see through him. Watching. Judging.
It's not very nice. Alright, let's try this explosive powder then. That's so. Set it near the rubble and ignite it. That will blow the drow out. I mean, I hope they don't think I'm going to do it with everyone stood here. We're just having that same headspace.
Dig out of here!
Okay. I don't want to kill the slaves with the explosive.
Move it!
Get back. One spark and it'll blow.
Okay. They do have some common sense. Let's get everyone else back.
What are you waiting for?
This way.
No one's stopped me yet.
We will put it down in just the perfect spot.
Need to find a way forward.
Then Astarion.
What are you waiting for?
We're waiting to do it right. Hold on.
Blast the thing to bits! What are you waiting for?
gather the party.
True soul, please, let me
Finally. Worthless slaves. Competence has been my ruin. Does not fail.
Stop. No more innocents will die today, especially not ones whose eyes have fallen out of their face.
You care for the weak, true soul. Most curious.
Oh god. Of course I care. I can't let innocents suffer.
The Absolute demands their slaughter. Yet, here you stand, in bold defiance. A test, yes, you must be. The Absolute bade you to try Nir's faith. Thryn, carve out his heart and serve it to the Rothe. If he indeed is a true soul, let the Absolute save him.
Oh god. You wouldn't dare.
You are a traitor. Dwergar, this true soul has betrayed us. Let his blood prove your devotion.
Oh god. How many are in this fight? And we've got all the innocents just hanging out around us. Okay. We're all here clustered in the center. We've got Gale and Astarion. Shield of Screams, excuse me. Armor class increased by 3 and attackers take 1d6 psychic damage when they hit Nir with a melee attack. Oh god. Okay, well. I anticipate this with 1, 2, Mindmaster Dunnel does not get a portrait for some reason. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 foes against the 4 of us. This is going to take some time. So join me tomorrow where we will slowly begin to try and slaughter these folks one by one and then near the Absolute, and then we'll see where we can press on from there, because right now, oh boy, we're going to be a while. Thank you very so much for watching. Sorry about the cliffhanger. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.